Hey everybody, and welcome to Twin Talk, a video discussion show where twin brothers Chris and Kevin drink and draw. We're talking about comic books, movies, and all things pop culture. We're your hosts, Chris Hart,
Kevin Hart.
and today we are talking about Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Stick around to the end of the episode to see how our drawing of Knuckles came out. And if you like what you see, subscribe to the channel for more content.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2 just came out in theaters this weekend. We went to go see it in a packed theater with a lot of sneezing and coughing. A lot of kids crying, a lot of sneezing and coughing. Was not cool with that, but
I was glad to see the box office getting its numbers up.
I'm glad to see the kids getting out for the weekend and infecting everybody, so we get a nice quarantine coming up. A nice few days off.
I loved how, too, like, at the end of the movie, the kids were, like, running around the theater, like...
yeah, it was nice to see them, like, their hero. And I was even saying, like, one of the kids was doing, like, somersaults. The other one was running, saying he's got to go fast. I was like, all right, cool, like... Let them hero up after seeing an inspiring film like Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I didn't get to see the first one until recently, leading up to this one. Very delighted by that, so I was very excited for this. And the hype, I think, held up. I thought it was a good time at the theater. I had a lot of fun, a lot of laughs. I don't think it's as good as the first one, but I think it's a nice... level up, right? Like to continue the franchise moving forward. I thought it like expanded what we got from the first one, and you get more video game stuff in it. And I thought it was a very entertaining time.
I love how we get a continuation of Sonic. He's becoming like the Blue Devil. He's now the Blue Dawn, right? He's doing his best Dark Knight interpretation.
Yeah, very Batman heavy in the beginning.
He's like a vigilante, just eating chili dogs, chasing down criminals. Again, another great theme of this movie. The same way the first one touched on like loneliness and friendship. This one kind of does the same thing with friendship, but also does the whole great power, great responsibility moments.
I was gonna say it felt very almost like the beginning to the Amazing Spider-Man 2, where like Sonic is like taking down crime, having fun doing it, and really enjoying himself. And we see that now that he saved the world in the first one, he's trying to take on this like identity as a protector, but he's still a kid.
So he's kind of making mistakes.
Yeah, he's making mistakes.
Putting people in harm's way.
And like you said, going into the friendship aspect, there's more characters in this one of his kind. So there's more for him to do and like be like relevant to them, but also finding himself.
I mean, obviously the big moment and the big draw of this movie is Idris Elba as Knuckles, Moose Knuckles. But we got the big fat punching bag hand in there. I love how he like came out of the portal. It was like
just badass.
Because we saw his kind, the echidna, in the first few moments of the first movie, and so that was like a nice little like planting the seeds, the tease there.
Continuity.
So I was like, all right, cool. We're gonna get a little bit of backstory, hopefully with Knuckles' character, and so that paid off. I thought pretty well. It was pretty funny because he was my favorite character from the cartoons and the video games as a kid, just based on his look alone.
Yeah, he's cool.
I didn't really know much about his character, but I thought he did great. He did his best like Drax the Destroyer interpretation. I guess that's like the character. He's kind of just like
dry,
all brawn, no brain, so he was pretty cool.
He's very serious.
Very serious, sarcastic almost. And so I just love to see like that battle of the head-to-head with Knuckles and Sonic. Almost felt like BVS moment, like this big Marvel moment. It was pretty cool.
Dr. Robotnik comes back because obviously we saw in the post-credit scene of the first one that he was going to find a way back with the blue quill. Knuckles comes looking for him with the power ring, and he grabs him, brings him back in search of Sonic. In this one, there's the MacGuffin, right? They're looking for the powered emerald. It's basically the Infinity Gauntlet, the Infinity Stones.
Literally rainbow-colored stones.
Yeah, I was gonna say, literally the exact same thing. But like we said before, they kind of treat this franchise as like a Marvel movie because he is a hero, right? Sonic is a superhero in a way, so treat it like that. Give him big action adventure, all these different MacGuffins and stuff, and it's just a good time at the theater, especially for the kids.
I kind of like seeing too Sonic meet his match because he's this speedster, super-powered hedgehog. Knuckles said, he's like, oh, you're unworthy, you're on this. But he's like, you forgot one thing, unstoppable. And I was like, sick. Like, he's super-powered. And it was cool to see that head-to-head matchup.
Yeah, but Knuckles gave him that smoke.
Yeah, he definitely did. He was that beat down. He's like,
he was humbling him for a little bit.
It made for a cool team-up between Dr. Robotnik and Knuckles,
which
we knew was going to go south at some
two villains
in Act 3. We knew this was coming.
They're going to betray each other, and then eventually Knuckles is going to be a good guy. And I felt there was a lot of video game references, especially in the temple when they went to go get that emerald. It felt very much like a video game level where you're trying to avoid all these different traps and stuff, almost very Indiana Jones.
It was like a map of a video game.
It was very cool, very fun.
Even like the snowboarding moment and the big boss battle, which before we get to that,
it's pretty awesome.
Like Dr. Robotnik's character, I was glad to see him back. in like full form with the goggles, the mustache.
Very cartoony.
Very cartoony. And it was kind of cool because I thought they gave him a very good like character elements in the first one. This one he was a little bit more like Jim Carrey, like
just ham it up. Let him go off.
Ham it up. And
especially since this might be his last movie. He says that he's retiring.
Yeah, so it was like fun to see. There's a lot of funny moments. Not as, like you said, as fun as the first one and not as well written as the first one, but a lot of good moments. And I just attribute it to the fact that he was stuck on this mushroom planet for almost a year, so he would go a little bit crazy. And it was just cool to showcase his like intelligence of how he even got off the
mushroom planet.
The mushroom planet. You know,
where
like
there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah. So that was really cool.
Where there's
to
a
see.
quill, there's a way. Yeah. I even disagree. I think this movie is as fun as the first one. It's just a little bit longer, and
it is longer.
Like you said, the script isn't as solid, but there is still themes in it. It is very action packed. A lot of good action scenes and like different set pieces, like you said, like the snowboarding and the snow and the temples and stuff. Pretty cool stuff.
I think the humans had much less to do. Very cheese subplot, like, like on the level of Transformers.
But we're not here for the humans.
No, we're not. But at least they tried a little bit more in the first movie. Like this one, the subplot completely ran its course with this whole like
fake wedding.
Fake wedding with like setting up the whole like shield agency of Gun.
And it was pretty funny, but it's like it's so absurd.
It's so over the top. Yeah.
But like that woman that was the bride, she was pretty funny.
That was fun moments. Yeah. You got the guy who's like on every NCIS TV
NCIS
show
or whatever. That's the one he's from, right? NCIS.
Pretty sure one of those like CBS true crime TV shows.
38 seasons.
But Dr. Robotnik, he levels up. We get a big boss battle at the end. I loved that. That's got to be my favorite scene. The fact that he's in this gigantic robot suit. He's like level up. He's got like this
next level.
Next level.
It even came complete with a Sega Genesis instruction
manual.
manual.
With the manual. Yeah.
I love the absurd bromance between his like apprentice or whatever.
Agent Stone.
He's just like making lattes, staring at him.
Yeah.
And the guy's like looking at him. He's like, "Bro, what are you drawing other dudes in my coffee for?" Like it was just so absurd. And like in the first one, like the way he treated him, he like belittles him so much, but the guy is like so adoring of him. It's pretty funny to me.
Yeah, it's a great chemistry.
And we also get Tails in this movie, a fan favorite. Yeah. I believe it was voice acted by the same person that does it in the video game.
Since 2014,
Yeah, so the most recent. I always thought that it was a girl, and I always forget that it's actually a boy. And I think it's so funny that he looks up so much to Sonic. He's like, classic Sonic.
Yeah,
like you were saying, never met the dude in his life.
He's like, never met Sonic. Sonic like bends down to tie his shoelace. He's like, oh, what a classic Sonic move.
Yeah, doesn't even have shoelaces. He's like,
yeah, which by the way, they have the red shoes from the video games, and like they got that partnership with Fila, right? So that was pretty cool to see. Like obviously,
Did they really?
The product placement.
That's so funny.
You can actually order those. I wish we had like a sponsorship. It'd be like link in the description for those Fila shoes.
Big money, big money.
Big money.
I liked that his little adventure with Tails took him to like that like Russian bar or whatever. Yeah. I love the technology that Tails had. That was pretty cool. That was a hilarious scene though, the dance off, like because you think they're gonna fight, right? And then you got this like jacked, bald Russian convict looking guy
doing like break dancing.
It was so funny. I was laughing so hard. Yeah, and he's got a tattoo of himself doing like it was so meta. It was hilarious.
Yeah. It was a cool showcase of Tails' like technology. That was
all the gadgets and stuff. Yeah,
I thought they looked adorable in like those like Monsters Inc. like snow outfits, the Eskimo outfits,
and their fake getup. Like nobody's gonna realize that.
They're cartoon characters. I did like that they heroed up Knuckles by the end by Act 3 because obviously we said Dr. Robotnik was power hungry, right? He obviously evolved into this ridiculous creature. Do we think he's coming back? You think they're going to come back?
Well,
we didn't see a character die, so that's always
we didn't see him die. They also didn't find his body. They
see Agent Stone. It's kind of like a nice little homage of like he's out there somewhere.
Yeah. And I know like Jim Carrey might be retiring. He may not be. We'll see. Could be like Tom Brady situation. But I'm sure he'll come back because he has said that like he wants to get fat for the next one.
Yes, that's what I would love.
Like,
I was hoping because he was on the Mushroom Planet. Like now you can make. He's obviously crazy. He's got the look. I wanted to see a little bit of the chunkier,
weight
more
gain.
Accurate. Yeah, that would have been very.
Or just
cool.
put him in a fat suit.
Put him in a suit.
Yeah.
It was cool how they defeated him. Like they worked together, and also you got Supersonic. He turns like to the Golden God, and he takes him out. Becomes Mewtwo of Pokemon for a second.
I love that. Like he could like do anything that he like thinks of, and the first thing he thinks of is raining chili dogs. Yeah. That final boss battle is very entertaining. I love the design of that like Eggman robot suit. It's very cool. Like you said, very like final boss battle. Very absurd, and I like stuff like that.
They went all in on this one.
Yeah.
It felt a lot like a video game, and
it just looks cool.
I didn't mind it. Yeah. Also, we get the cameo of Shadow at the end,
so that's
cool.
Scene.
A little bit more to the lore.
Basically, the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, he was like.
There's even a Winter Soldier reference in this movie.
Yeah, there is. So obviously, I want to see more backstory with that. What's the character story going to be with that? Because they said he was in like this project from like the 50s
50
or
years
whatever.
ago, something like that. Yeah.
And so I'm loving everything they're doing about this franchise. I had a great time with it. We brought my wife's nephew to the thing, so he had a great time. He had like the McDonald's play toy with it, so it was cool just to see. You know, again, fun for all ages. The kids are running around at the end. I had a few good laughs. I enjoyed the references of the video games.
And that's how it should be.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
Not as good as the first one, so I'm going to give this thing a final score of... I was a little bit harsh with it, 7.5, but I'm going to go with an 8 because it was a good time.
I'm going to agree with an 8 too. I think it takes everything that was good about the first one and just levels up while being a little bit too long for me.
It is a little bit long.
And a little bit too convoluted sometimes with like the human subplots, but I'm not here for the humans, so I don't care. But I like what they did about bringing in different characters and stuff. I love the pop culture references between Terminator and Marvel movies and Batman. I like that Sonic is just a bro at the end of the day. And I'm happy for the little guy, and I want to see a third movie. Bring it on.
I'm hoping to see more too of like Sonic's homeworld. I want to see like the video game map. Like maybe the humans can somehow get to his, maybe through the rings, get back to his planet and now help him because he's helped them so much. So I think that'd be cool for a big climax with Shadow and all these characters, maybe Robotnik. So I'm excited for this trilogy.
Or even have him go to the homeworld by himself too. Like we see that he's still a kid, right? He wants to become that hero. He's got some growing up to do. Maybe that'll be the mission that makes him his independent hero. So that'd be cool. Some character growth.
Really want a cheese dog right now. I really do. What did you guys think about Sonic the Hedgehog 2? Let us know in the comments below. Anyways, that about wraps up today's episode of Twin Talk. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment below to join the discussion, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content. We'll see you next time. Peace!